Yesterday, the most interesting thing I found was this pile of hair, which got me looking around, searching for the rest of the deer. Did eventually find him, but we know a few more details that we didn't know before. Definitely happened before the 27th of February, and I would suspect even earlier than that. That's what's left of him. The cabin is about 50 yards that way. Let's see if we can find the rest of them. Some more hair and some bone. So he's been gone for a while. Quite a bit of snow for this time of year. Usually by now it's been gone for at least a month. Some more deer hair. So he came through here. There's some more. Not finding any more bones though. Coyote's got it spread out all over the place. I found the scapula. It's not uncommon for coyotes to drag off the front quarters and consume it away from the kill site while the cat is actively using it anyways. Where I found this, I believe, it was on deep snow and it melted down onto a bush. Found some more deer fur. Found the rest of them. Killed a little buck. Pretty common when a cougar kills it and he's being pestered by coyotes to drag him off into an area where he can consume it with less problems. But kind of interesting. See how old he was. I'm gonna guess he's only a 3 or 4 year old buck. It's a whitetail. Pretty neat little. I wonder if he was injured while he was growing it. Nice eye guards. Batteries are mostly full and there's a new card in there. Last year I found a cougar kill back in there. It was mostly just a pile of fur like what we just saw up by the cabin. But there were a few bones left, including the jawbone. Looked like a white-tailed doe from what I could tell. There are a few bits scattered about. I believe she was killed by a lioness with 2 cubs. $1,455 pictures. Cougar kills on the property happen regularly. He was killed right up here. The cabin is about 50 yards that way. I found most of his remains right over here, and then other parts of him, leg, bone, scapula, hair, over here. So what I suspect is the cougar killed and ate most of him up here, and the coyotes probably dragged him off the rest of the way. It's possible the cougar dragged him over here because he was being pestered by the coyotes, but I don't even know for sure. My neighbor sent me a picture of a couple of cougars that she took. She's a half-mile up the road from me, but she had a picture. I'll look at the date on it, but of 2 cougars that she spotted one morning. Haven't seen any moose or bear sign yet. Bears should be out pretty soon. Moose, I'm hoping the heavy snow this winter keeps them in the lower elevations, and we'll get some baby moose on trail camera this year. Would be great. They're the cutest little things. We don't get them every year, but it's a highlight. It's my favorite thing to catch on the trail cameras. Still some snow on the hillsides. But with it all matted down like this, I would hope to have found more sheds. Here's some turkeys. You have to see if those guys want to play later. I think it was 2010, I found the rib cage of a doe right over here, and a big bloody spot in the snow right here. She was actually killed down the hill a ways, and you could see the tracks where she was attacked in the snow. It was like perfect tracking conditions, like 2 inches of snow, and where the cat ambushed her, and then he dragged her up to here, consumed part of her, and then this whole area was just packed with footprints of ravens and coyotes. It's actually how I found the area, is all the coyote tracks leading to the same spot. But I imagine he started eating her here and then dragged her to this spot, and then the coyotes pulled her over there. But that little clearing over there was just packed down snow full of coyote tracks with some raven tracks. It's an interesting December find. This is the area where the bears found that fawn that I got on camera. right over there is where the fawn was consumed, just behind the camera, of course. The first deer I discovered on this property that was eaten by a cougar was right over there. It was a mule deer, which they were more common when we first bought the property than whitetail. And she was mostly intact, pretty fresh kill. That's her skull. Some of her vertebrae is down there. This deer, I actually have pictures of the cougar dragging it into the woods. He killed her down by the creek, and then probably because he was being pestered, ended up consuming mostly right over there. She was pregnant, so I did find parts of her fawns, at least one fawn, in the pieces, and I got pictures of her. She was pretty freshly killed the day before that I found her. Actually came across her that same day, but the dogs alerted me that I thought it was a bear, so we just avoided the area, and it turned out it was a cougar. And I have a couple cameras down there at the time, and I did manage to get it on video, or get some pictures of it. But eventually, as the coyotes were eating on her, she got dragged here, and she's in this area. I think her skull's still in here somewhere, but it's kind of an interesting find.